Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Yes, that word that YouTube does not want us to say, and I'm not going to say it, but somebody in my comment section did mention that somebody else, I think it was the Bearable Bull, was calling it the beer flu, and I like that, the beer flu. So I'm going to refer to it as the beer flu from now on. And with regards to this, I saw this tweet retweeted from MoneyGram XRP from XRP Bart, that's at XRP Bart on Twitter, and I guess I should give you guys a bit of context. Yesterday I did a video with regards to the beer flu and how it could be a contributing effect for cryptocurrency adoption to happen much quicker. If you guys don't mind hearing a lot of bleeping in a video, I will link it up here and you should click on it, watch that video to kind of get an understanding of what I'm talking about. Nevertheless, XRP Bart posts this, and I love this kind of conspiracy stuff. This is great. So apparently Dean Koontz, in his 1981 book, The Eyes of Darkness, okay, published here 1981, predicted what we can now assume is the beer flu. In and around 2020, a severe pneumonia-like illness will spread throughout the globe, attacking the lungs and bronchial tubes and resisting all known treatments. So it gets better. They called the stuff Wuhan 400 because it was developed at the RDNA labs outside of the city of Wuhan. Yes, Wuhan, China, folks. And it was the 400th viable strain of man-made microorganisms created at that research center. So Wuhan 400. Pneumonia-like illness that will spread throughout the globe in and around 2020. Okay, so, with conspiracy theories always comes the detractors, always comes the people who don't believe, and for that we go to Snopes. So at Josephine909 posts this from Snopes, and is it fact or is it fiction? And what I love about this is it says, well, it's mostly false. So this is fake, this is a rumor. But here's the explanation. What's true? An image that shows a genuine page from Dean Koontz's novel, The Eyes of Darkness, containing the word Wuhan 400. But what's false? However, Dean Koontz did not predict an outbreak of the new beer flu. Other than the name, this fictional biological weapon has little in common with the virus that caused an outbreak in 2020. That to me sounds like a lazy explanation of why we should not believe in this conspiracy theory. To me, it sounds more likely that this guy knew what we were talking about, that he could have predicted the beer flu with his 1981 novel. Of course, it could all just be a huge coincidence, but I think that's a check in the conspiracy corner of government intervention, perhaps releasing this beer flu onto the masses to see what happens. And as a side effect, perhaps cryptocurrency and XRP adoption becoming fast-tracked. So I also saw this from XRP Crypto Wolf, and this has to do with South Korea's Tax Policy Association and how they're proposing a two-step tax on cryptocurrency because they realize that cryptocurrency is here and it's staying and it's not going anywhere. So they still don't have the proper channels in place to be able to tax their citizens appropriately. So what they are saying is that they are going to apply a low-level trading tax on cryptocurrency profits before subjecting citizens to a transfer income tax, according to a Business Korea report. The Korean government is expected to announce its tax reform plan in late 2020. So during a seminar on February 21st, members of the Korean Tax Policy Association advised the South Korean government to enact this two-step plan, arguing that taking a deliberative approach to implementing a cryptocurrency income tax will be the most effective. The Korean Blockchain Association agreed that the tax experts' proposal, justifying their recommendation by noting, related laws are still absent and the taxation infrastructure is still insufficient to cover cryptocurrencies, and as such, some supplements need to be added to the expense calculation side. Now, guys, I know cryptocurrency taxation is going to be different in all countries. This is one approach. It is very different in the United States as well as in Canada. I know when I talked to my accountant, she told me that she was going to treat it as capital gains. And it's going to be different too, whether you have held cryptocurrency for under 12 months versus if you've held it for over 12 months. So capital gains over 12 months in some cases, in some countries, but every country is different. So you're going to have to ask your tax advisor what you should do in your country when you cash out. Now, I don't know if we're too close to that. It might not be 2020. It might be by the end of 2020. It could be 2021. That all said, it's always good to be prepared with that. And speaking of South Korea, Yoshitaka Kitao, that's right, the CEO of SBI Holdings, tweeted this out. That's right, Sentbe, Hanpass, WireBarley, and more leverage RippleNet to improve remittances in Korea. So he tweeted this out. This from the Ripple Insights page on their website. For the millions of remitters in South Korea, speed and cost matters. Time delay in payments can interfere with covering critical expenses like emergencies, tuition payments, and unexpected bills. However, for many years, the remittance market in Korea was controlled entirely by large financial institutions, leading to high foreign transfer fees and costly delays. Rule changes introduced in 2017 have now allowed non-bank companies to offer customer remittance services. And guys, we heard about the Coin One partnership with RippleNet and how they have been really influential with remittances in the Asia South Pacific region. They launched in 2018 and have experienced 50% month-over-month growth in payment volume and was able to reduce fees by 90% compared to what banks are charging customers. Do you guys remember back when Ripple was first introducing XRapid, when that was originally going to be launched in October of 2018, and how they were saying that, with XCurrent, we can save our customer anywhere between, and it was still a large number, it was like 40 to 60%. I don't remember the exact numbers. But if we use XRapid with XRP, sourcing XRP as ODL, we can save our customer upward of something like 70% or 80% even. Well, now they've been servicing customers for quite a while, and now they're saying that they are reducing fees by 90% compared to what banks are charging customers. That's going to be the clincher, okay? When you can send payments at fractions of pennies, you can essentially charge anything you want. You can charge $1, you can charge 50 cents, you can charge $10. Essentially, you're in profit. So what's your strategy going to be? On top of undercutting the banks, you have to make that price point just right so that you can take all the bank's customers, bring them to your cheap service, but also keep that price high enough so that you're making profit. And it sounds like this is what some of these remittance-based companies in the Asia South Pacific region are doing. They say today almost half of Ripple's customers on RippleNet are based in Asia Pacific, with the recent addition of Sentbe, Hanpass, and WireBarley in Korea revealing the significant need for improved cross-border payment services in and out of the country. Not unlike Coin One Transfer, Sentbe is a money transfer service provider that uses cutting-edge technology to offer an easier, faster, and more convenient way to transfer money abroad. Sentbe focuses on the South and Northeast Asia corridors, including the Philippines, Indonesia, Vietnam, Japan, and China, and saves their customers up to 95% in remittance fees over banks. So the numbers just get bigger and bigger. And these guys, I think, have the right idea. They realize what the banks are charging. They realize how much they have to undercut them to essentially take all their customers away for remittances. And the best part is all these guys are on RippleNet. Let's keep forging ahead, guys. And I saw this from the Daily Hodl. MoneyGram expanding use of Ripple and XRP, corporate and personal account transfers to be powered by RippleNet. Global payments money giant MoneyGram is expanding its use of Ripple and XRP. In a new earnings call, CEO Alex Holmes says MoneyGram plans to launch XRP remittances in additional corridors and utilize RippleNet for account-to-account transfers. So peer-to-peer payments, true peer-to-peer payments without a middleman. He says, I'm also excited to announce that we are working to integrate RippleNet for account-to-account transfers in 2020. This new integration will further accelerate our progress in accomplishing our vision of real-time global settlements. MoneyGram's account-to-account feature is designed to let customers easily transfer money between their bank accounts, even if those bank accounts are located in different countries around the world. Now, why shouldn't we, as the consumer, be able to do this already? I've always thought this to myself, when I need to send money to somebody, there are very few ways to do that easily. I can do an email money transfer, but there are apparently a lot of places around the world that don't accept that. I just found that out yesterday from my wife, who is still trying to get that Indonesian person money in their account in Indonesia, by the way. If you guys remember the video I did, I think several weeks ago now, they still can't figure out a way to do this efficiently. And so not only will this integration be applied to personal accounts, it will be applied to corporate accounts as well. This as per CEO of MoneyGram, Alex Holmes. And we talked a little bit yesterday about Ripple putting more money into MoneyGram, but how MoneyGram wrote that off as a contra expense, essentially not adding to their bottom line. And CoinDesk reported on it, giving it a bit of a negative slant. So Asheesh Birla fires back at CoinDesk. He retweets CoinDesk's tweet here. Payments firm Ripple has given MoneyGram over $11 million in the past half year on top of its existing stake, according to regulatory filings with the Security and Exchanges Commission. But then boom, here's Asheesh Birla with the comeback, always with the hysteria. First, Ripple and MGI are strategic partners. We are building new infrastructure together. This market development requires a ton of work, effort, and resources. Surprise, that costs money. He goes on to say, second, feel free to do a Google search on payment network incentives. Fun fact, Visa and PayPal have employed incentive programs to boost network adoption since day one. Visa allocated a casual $4.1 billion on incentives in 2019. Finally, he says MGI said today that they are actively expanding to new corridors and even working to integrate RippleNet for account-to-account transfers in 2020, which I had just mentioned. ODL reduces their capital costs because of the product's efficiencies, not because they are receiving any fee on the other side. We gotta hand it to Asheesh Birla standing up for the company, and I find, David Schwartz does it, Brad Garlinghouse does it, Asheesh Birla is now doing it. They gotta defend the company. They gotta defend Ripple for the decisions they're making, because Ripple is a threat to the rest of the cryptocurrency space. Whereas cryptocurrency started out of this idea of anarchy, down with the banks, let's come up with an independent currency that we can use, that we say has value, and let's wipe out the governments. Well, let's be honest, that is not going to happen. Ripple has taken advantage of this opportunity and blockchain technology to in fact help governments achieve a better system based on Bitcoin's failures. And I think this is what pisses a lot of people off. It's like if you're 15 years old and you're into punk rock music, and then some bigger punk rock band comes out and they are getting all this mainstream attention, and your parents love them, your grandparents love them, and it essentially is ruining punk rock for you. It's the same kind of thing. Anyway, what do you guys think of Asheesh Birla's statement here? Do you think it was merited? Do you think any of these guys at Ripple, for that matter, need to defend the company? And what about this crazy beer flu prediction from the Dean Koontz novel? Insane or hogwash? I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to be eligible for the Ledger Nano X giveaway. I'm giving one away on March 15th, folks. But you got to be subscribed. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.